April 27, 1994. A day etched in the heart of every South African. A day when the chains of apartheid finally shattered, giving birth to a new dawn of democracy. Millions stood in queues, their hearts brimming with hope, to cast their vote for the first time. The world watched in awe as South Africa turned a page, leaving behind the dark chapter of segregation and oppression. Nelson Mandela, the icon of resilience, became the nation's first black president, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. This day, Freedom Day, is not just a holiday. It's a powerful symbol of triumph over adversity, a reminder of the sacrifices made by countless South Africans who fought tirelessly for equality and justice. It's a day to reflect on how far the nation has come and to acknowledge the challenges that still lie ahead. The journey from apartheid to democracy was not easy. It was paved with the blood, sweat, and tears of countless individuals who dared to dream of a better future. The spirit of Ubuntu, the interconnectedness of humanity, fueled the struggle, reminding everyone that a nation divided cannot stand. 31 years on, the euphoria of 1994 has given way to a more sobering reality. The journey towards a truly free and equal South Africa is far from over. While political freedom was achieved, the deep wounds of the past continue to shape the present. The promise of economic liberation remains elusive for many, particularly the youth. Voter turnout has steadily declined over the years, a worrying trend that speaks volumes about the disillusionment among citizens. The youth, who were at the forefront of the struggle against apartheid, are increasingly disengaged from the political process. The apathy among young people is a stark reminder that political freedom without economic justice rings hollow. The struggle for true freedom is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process that requires constant vigilance and participation. It requires addressing the root causes of inequality, poverty, and social injustice that continue to plague the nation. Despite the challenges, there is a glimmer of hope. Leaders from various walks of life continue to champion the cause of equality and justice. Patricia de Lille, a veteran of the struggle and a current government minister, acknowledges the progress made while emphasizing the need for tangible change in the lives of ordinary South Africans. Sibusiso Ndebele, another prominent figure, echoes this sentiment, stressing that political freedom is meaningless without economic empowerment. He believes that true freedom lies in creating a society where every individual has the opportunity to reach their full potential, regardless of their background. However, these voices of hope are often drowned out by the cries of those who feel left behind. The gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen, fueling resentment and frustration. The dream of a rainbow nation, where everyone lives together in harmony and prosperity, seems like a distant reality for many. Amidst the official celebrations of Freedom Day, a different narrative unfolds in the heart of South Africa's shack settlements. Abalali Basimjondolo, ABM, a grassroots movement representing shack dwellers, commemorates this day as Unfreedom Day. This poignant counter-celebration sheds light on the plight of millions who continue to live in abject poverty, deprived of basic services and dignity. For them, the promise of 1994 remains unfulfilled. They argue that true freedom goes beyond the right to vote. It encompasses access to land, housing, education, and healthcare, fundamental rights that remain a distant dream for millions. They criticize the government for prioritizing the interests of the elite while neglecting the needs of the poor and marginalized. Section 5, The People's Plea Land, Dignity and True Power. ABM's demands are simple, yet profound. They call for a radical redistribution of land, a resource that holds deep historical and economic significance in South Africa. They believe that access to land is not just about economic empowerment but also about restoring dignity and self-reliance. Their vision extends beyond material needs. They envision a society where power resides in the hands of the people, where communities have a say in decisions that affect their lives. They advocate for a participatory democracy, where the voices of the marginalized are heard and their needs are met. Their struggle is not just about securing basic services, it's about dismantling the systemic inequalities that continue to perpetuate poverty and marginalization. They demand a fundamental shift in power dynamics, a move away from a top-down approach to governance towards a more inclusive and equitable system. Section 6. Global Echoes of Resistance. Solidarity Beyond Borders. ABM's struggle resonates with similar movements across the globe, from the favelas of Brazil to the slums of Mumbai. Their message of resistance against dispossession and their fight for social justice transcends national boundaries. They understand that the struggle for liberation is interconnected, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. They stand in solidarity with Palestinians fighting for their homeland, with communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo resisting exploitation, and with people in Swaziland struggling for democracy. Their internationalism stems from a deep understanding that the forces of oppression operate on a global scale, and that resistance, too, must be global in its scope and vision. Section 7. The Unfinished Tapestry of Freedom. As South Africa marks this significant milestone, it's a time for reflection, for introspection, and for renewed commitment. The journey towards a truly free and just South Africa is far from over. The dream that fueled the struggle against apartheid must continue to guide the nation's path. It's a reminder that freedom is not a destination, but a journey. It's a continuous process of striving for a more just and equitable society. A society where every individual has the opportunity to live a life of dignity and fulfillment. Section 8, A Legacy Deferred, The Struggle for Economic Justice. The struggle for economic justice is the next chapter in South Africa's story. The stark inequalities inherited from the apartheid era continue to cast a long shadow. The concentration of wealth in the hands of a few while millions languish in poverty is a betrayal of the dream of 1994. Addressing this economic apartheid requires bold action. It demands land reform that empowers the dispossessed, it necessitates investing in education and healthcare to uplift communities, and it calls for creating economic opportunities that benefit all South Africans, not just a privileged few. Section 9. Towards a Dawn of Shared Prosperity. The future of South Africa hinges on its ability to heal the wounds of the past and build a future where all its citizens share in the nation's prosperity. It requires moving beyond the rhetoric of reconciliation and towards concrete actions that address the root causes of inequality. It's about igniting the spirit of Ubuntu, of recognizing the shared humanity that binds us all. It's about understanding that a nation divided cannot prosper, that true freedom and lasting peace can only be achieved when everyone has a seat at the table. The journey ahead may be long and arduous, but the dream of a truly free and equal South Africa is worth fighting for. It's a dream that calls upon every citizen to play their part, to honor the sacrifices of the past, and to work tirelessly towards a future where every South African can finally say, "I am free."